Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your first homework question of the year. It's an order of operations question. It's not overly complicated. I don't even know why I gave it to you, but hopefully you guys can all come up with the right answer. I realized after I went over my question that I actually created the wrong question. I meant for my numerator to be 26, and it ended up being a different number, so my bad. Hopefully you guys were able to get it anyway. So here's how you do it. In this particular question, we have order of operations. So we have our 3 steps of order of operations. We're not going to be concerned about exponents yet. You're going to learn that a little bit this year, but we have 3 steps. There are no brackets, even though you see some. Those are more multiplication brackets, so they're not really do these first brackets. They're just parentheses to separate numbers so that you know there's multiplication. So we're going to focus first on all division multiplication up top. We're going to simplify our top. We're going to simplify our bottom. And when we have those parts simplified to numbers, we're then going to divide them to get our simplification. So we'll start with the top part. So we have -1 times 2 plus -3 times 4 plus -5 times -6. Now, if you wanted, you could sit here and you could do one step at a time. Or you could realize as long as I don't do addition, I just simplify all of my multiplication because that's all that's here. I can do it all in one step, keeping the addition signs between them. So the first one is -1 times 2, that's -2, plus -12, which is 3 times 4, -3 times 4, plus +30. And I'll keep the brackets there just to make it nice. So I'm done of all my multiplication. I have just addition left. So I have -14 plus 30, which gives me a +16. How did I get that? Well, I had the addition of positives and negatives, and I say, in this case, I say, what do I have more of? Well, I have more positives. How many more do you have? I have 16, so that's my answer, +16. All right, so I'll make a note of that over here. My answer for the top part is 16. And then I say, well, let's focus on simplifying the bottom part of this particular question. And again, I have addition, multiplication, and subtraction. So I'm going to do my multiplication first. I got -18 plus +6, take away 1. Now, we are on step 3, addition, subtraction. And remember, you do the addition, subtraction in the order they appear from left to right. So I'm going to start with -18 plus +6. Well, what do I have more of? I have more negatives. How many more? I have 12 more. Take away 1. Now, some people get to this step and they're confused. They go, well, I see -12, and is this a -1 or a +1? I don't know which one this is. Well, always be aware that if there's no brackets, it's not multiplication. There has to be a process, so that has to be subtraction, right? Which means this has to be a +1. So you can write it in there if you want. This really says -12, take away a +1. So if you want to rewrite it, go ahead, you can, because then it makes it easier for you to switch. Using your subtraction rule, you've got to change it to addition and reverse the second integer. And when you simplify that, you have -13 for your bottom. Now remember, in my original head, when I was trying to do this question, I thought I was making this one 26, which would have been awesome because then your answer would have been -2. But oh no, I had to go and mess it up and make the top part simplify into 16. But that's okay. You guys are strong. You guys can get through this. So how do I change this? There's my answer. So I can go ahead, and without even having to change it to a mixed number, I could just go, what is 16 divided by 13? And the calculator will tell me it's 1.230769, blah, blah, blah. That's actually kind of neat if you look at it. It actually has this number. If you can see it there. Can I highlight it? No, I can't. It's actually 1.230769 repeating into infinity. 2307692, 2307692, 2307692, 2307692, 2307. I can't remember what that is. But anyway, it's 1 decimal. We just need that. And then maybe an ish there. You know, around there. Somewhere around there is a good answer. And is it positive or negative? Well, we have a positive divided by negative, which is a negative answer. So our answer to this question is -1.23, so on and so forth. Thanks for tuning in for your homework. Make sure you have your steps done. Make sure I see your work. Don't just copy the answer, Tylen, and submit it. I want to see your work. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.